Excited to be sharing today as co-hosts, me and Sylivia, how compassion is really so important to us and to other people we are sharing to in different communities, in different countries, as we are sharing 3 principles. And remember, 3 principles was uncovered by a great teacher that you can call Sidney Banks, and it has been so important that he wanted us to be sharing the purity of 3 principles, and that is what we are doing to elevate human. So I will be sharing my story about compassion, how it has helped me and also helping other people. But before I go there, I would like also to describe what compassion is, because many people would like to understand what compassion is. People may ask, what is compassion? So I would like to share that we all think, and at times we get caught up in our thinking in a way that creates our tension, stress, upset. And when we don't realize this and believe our thinking to be true, we act on it. So this is how we innocently create our own suffering. We all have wisdom and well-being inside of us, but we often unknowingly cover it up with our thinking, so we have trouble accessing it. Therefore, at times, we all innocently suffer because we don't realize we are doing this connection. So compassion is realizing that we are all the same and that we all get lost in our misunderstandings. So compassion does not mean that we agree with or condone with other person's behavior. It means we know that we are innocently caught up in the suffering, and for that, our hearts goes out to the other people, fellow human beings, to see how best we can support them. So that is how I can describe about compassion. And I would like to also share much more how it has been also actively working for us here in the refugee settlement, and also myself. So as I was sharing about compassion, it is seeing sometimes how other people are suffering, and you come out to help your friend, to help a group. That is how I can call compassion. So here in Nakivale, for example, when I arrived here in Nakivale, I found many people. Of course, I knew it is a refugee settlement, but I realized how people are really suffering, how people are really facing different challenges, and they could not even realize that they are suffering because of their own thinking. So I was so much compassionate about that by starting different groups that I called healing circles, where we could gather and share with many people to understand about their own beauty, about love, about forgiveness. So with this, it continued through sharing, and people came to understand how love is really so important. But that came from me seeing how the suffering is, but then I could not, if I see people are suffering, what can I do? So I came out to see how best I can help people in the community. And this has grown from now 3 people to 1,000 people, where we started like a team of four people. But now we're having a group of people that we are sharing with in different villages, in different communities, or even sharing to people outside Nakivale, or even in different countries. And that is what I call compassion. You see that people are in suffering, but for you, what you are feeling, the love you are having, you feel that you should share to them that they can be relieved. And that is what we are doing. So recently we started for the example of advanced class, where we are having like 5 villages that we are sharing to, with each one having over 40 members attending each group. And with this, when people are gathering together, they are gathering because they are coming to listen to what we are sharing to them. And this is how the compassion has come. people like Harry, people like Jim and other educators, Sheria Stevens, they are coming in also to join us and see how best we can share to different groups, different people, to see their own beauty and alleviate the suffering. That is the compassion we are talking about. And with this, people have understood that it is very important to understand about what they are thinking and let go of negativity. If they have been living negative, if they are refugees, but they call themselves the refugees, they live as refugees, then that will not help them. But this came after understanding, after seeing how other people, how other educators are coming into their lives, are coming into their groups to share to them so that they can change. And this has really worked out because we see a good change and we see very good promising people are improving. So this is the compassion we are talking about. How three principles has come to us. We came now to understand. We came to understand how thought should be controlled, the wrong use of thought and the right use of thought. So this is what we are impacting into different groups, that now someone understands that if now I'm suffering and I'm overthinking is the one that is causing all that suffering, then I have to let go of what is in my mind and I feel free. People understanding about happiness, about love, about forgiveness, but this coming in from other people that have been compassionate to understand that this is really needed for people to understand, and also people to understand how they should be living in the settlement and other countries and other areas where city principles is being shared. So it is really so important that people are really understanding about three principles, but this one all started from compassion. If it was not compassion, we could not have Harry coming into Africa. Harry came to share to me, to train me about three principles. And I was wondering how it is happening. I'm not paying him. I'm not giving him anything. He's waking up very early, as in Canada, time difference with Uganda. But he comes in and he's also doing the same, and not only in Nakivale and to other areas. And he has not done that for 1 month or 2 months or 2 years, for all the time that he has been joining. So this is really showing how compassion is really so important in our lives. If you see some people are suffering, what are we going to do? In our community now, when I'm moving, I see some people, for example, you see someone is really suffering. The way he's moving, the way he's dressing, the way he's looking, you see really someone is suffering. That is when we come now, okay, if you are suffering, what can I do? That is the compassion we're talking about. Someone is suffering, what can I do as a 3P educator? I come along, I share to someone, we share about love, we share about how important to let go of the negativity. We share about how life is important in the camp. For example, you find someone is really living in the camp and has no food. He has nothing to eat. But if he has nothing to eat, as a 3P educator, with the help of compassion, I'm able to really talk to this person, talk to this refugee, to understand that it's really important to understand that thoughts can create reality, even if it is not reality. And that understanding has really helped us as educators, because we grow when we are sharing. And this has moved us as we share in different groups now. And this is why now 3P is really moving from one place to another. I call it is because of compassion. So I know it is so important to share about this topic. And as I mentioned, we shall continue engaging on breaking ideas together, sharing about compassion. But compassion does not mean that we agree or condone with other person's behavior, but it means we know that they are innocently caught up in the sufferings, for our hearts now coming to them, and we see how best we help them. And with this, many people in different areas, not only in Nakivale, In Kitukumu, it is being done. In Kenya, it is being done. In Malawi, it is being done. In Kenya, it is being done. And this is all our work that we are doing as compassionate educators. So before I go far, let me welcome Sylvia also to share as we move on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Philip, for all the explanation. It is very beautiful to hear the definition of compassion, and yes, it's very true. And I'm just going to add on that. Compassion to me, it's like having an eye of grace or mercy to someone, like looking at someone and you feel you need to do something to help that somebody. And in most cases, many people think compassion comes with physical help like finances or tangible items, which is true, not very true. Compassion comes with a lot of things. Eye of grace, eye of mercy comes with things of you can advise body on how best and his life. You can pray with somebody, of the situation he's passing through or going through. You can pray, encourage, teach him how to do this and this, show him how to do this and this. Sometimes it needs you to practice some items with, like, maybe showing them new games, having time with them, not all about money and tangible things. So to me, compassion comes in a lot of things. And the time I came in this village in Lamola, starting to work here, I came as a missionary. Yes, still I'm a missionary. And I came preaching the word of God to the people who really need to meet God. And it had a bad history. Northern Uganda had a bad history. They had just left the war and everything was scattered. People were heartbroken. A lot of bad things were happening here. People were trying to recover. Some of them were still burdened by what happened. People lost lives, lost their beloved ones, no help, no hope. Everything was just a mess by the time I came here. So I came to spread the word of God, to tell them that God loves them and cares for them regardless of the situation they are passing through and all that. So when I came here, I came in a dry land. I found a dry land where no hope was seen, not even a little light of hope, not even any good smiles, nothing. Hopeless, was dry, nothing was moving on. Everybody had bitterness in their hearts, had bitterness on their faces. And even me, it gave me some hard time to preach the gospel to such people. But because I was sent by God and he was with me. So we had to break into the barriers of the happy faces and everything. When I came, I had not yet known Harry and Papa Jim. So by the time I came, I got to know Papa Harry, Papa Jim, and they were sharing the 3Ps with us. And I first discovered myself that there is something I had to learn about forgiveness through the 3Ps. I had some story past and it was haunting me. I was living a missionary. I'm a Christian. I love God, but I'd never forgiven myself for that past story that I had. So each time myself, I was regretting and I felt like, yeah, I'm in the earth, but I'm not worthy being in the earth after all. When I met Papa Harry, Papa Jim, we talked about the 3Ps, and at a certain point, Papa Harry left us with Papa Jim, and then he told me about forgiveness, a personal forgiveness. That's when I knew I had to forgive myself for the past that happened, for the wrongs that I made in the past, in order to live a free life. I learned it, I observed it, and I put it inside me, and I started living it. And from that time, my life turned around. Like the way I used to enjoy turned into something better. I realized I couldn't enjoy myself because all the time I was thinking about what happened. The act he did, it was also compassion, because when you look at somebody and you share such good advice, that is already compassion. He had compassion on me to share with me that beautiful secret that helped my life. So after learning that, I shared. I was like, this is going to be good for the community. Yes, we are preaching to them the word of God, but they also need to learn the 3 P's. They need to learn to live positive. They need to have a positive mind. They need to know that happiness is free. They don't have to wait for somebody to come and give them happiness. So I started sharing the good news of the 3 P's with the community. And I was being helped by Papa Jim teaching me. And what he teaches me, I bring it to the community people, because we always gather them somewhere. And slowly by slowly, we started getting some beautiful faces, some smiling faces. People started observing, people started getting what I was talking about the 3 P's, that happiness is personal. It is yours. You don't need to wait for somebody to come. And even what had happened in the past, it had happened. You cannot reverse it. You cannot do anything about it. You just have to move forward with a positive mind and enjoy the life God has given you ahead of you. You don't look at the back. Don't get stuck with the back. No. So in the due process, as the people were catching up, people were getting these beautiful smiles, they are getting hope, they are getting future ahead of them, even in the midst of all that. And then here we got some more compassion from Papa Jim, Papa Harry. They loved us so much that they started sending things. First of all, they sent us books for 3 P's. It was an act of compassion, an act of help. We started reading the Zahara Asks What is Love chapters, and which was helping me plus my community members to get to know about love. Self-love, it has to be you yourself to first love yourself before someone does it for you. Nobody's going to love you better than you love yourself. And there is no love you're going to share to anybody if you don't love yourself. So you have to first love yourself, then you share that love to others. You teach them how to love themselves and how to love others better. It has to start with you. So because they also sent us a new chapter of Zahara Asks What is Love. So they help us to grow, to know more about 3 P's, to know more about love. How do we handle it? What should we do? How do we make the community better through this book, through sharing the love? And they did not stop that. They did a lot of things through the compassion. But that was after getting the compassion part of teaching us how to live a happy life, even without money, even without assets, even without anything. You can still have a beautiful smile. You can still have a positive mind. You can still enjoy your life before the physical things come in. So, as in the process of doing that, by God's grace, physical things started coming. That it was after people have started gaining hope, people have started being happy. And then here with me today, I have some boys of the community that we always share with the 3 P's. My screen is small, but I'm going to allow each one of them to come, and they're going to also share to us, because these are the people that compassion is attending to, the love, the mercy, the grace. It goes up to them, not only physical, but even with the verbals, even with encouragement, even with the videos Papa Jim always make with his kids and the community at large. So I would just love to invite them. They are only 3, and they are going to share something small. And then from there, I'm going to top on what they have said. They are from my community where I work from. They are Acholis from Kitgum. And these are the boys we found when they are very, very young, with no hope, with nothing. But right now, they know what they want. They have beautiful faces. They love themselves. They enjoy themselves. So today I felt like, it's worth it to bring them on this webinar on the topic of importance of compassion, so they can share how their lives have been changed and turned around. So I will have first Dennis. For can sit here. For some of you, you don't know, but I know Papa Jim recognized him. He's called Dennis, and he's going to share with us something, and then we shall have other 2 boys coming.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis. I hope some of you know me. Yeah. As you were talking about the importance of compassion. For me, I know compassion, it promote relationship. Like I can recite, for example, last time Papa James supported us with playing soccer that we are enjoying now. As we are talking, we are from playing football. That makes we are enjoying now life, which is good, and that is the importance of compassion. And this great relationship within us here and with Papa James, which is very good, and also promote love. You find that people love themselves by the help of compassion. And if we continue being with that thing, we're going to be great people, and we're going to love ourselves. As they're saying that compassion is part of love. We first love ourselves. If you love yourself, people will also love you, because you know what I mean by love. Love is everything. Promote peace, and that is what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. So that was Dennis, and he was talking about how building a relationship with Papa Jim. He always talks to them on some videos. They couldn't have hope for anybody to come, and the village where we are, it's very, very deep. Nobody can come and find us here. They didn't have hope that anybody would come and discover or look for them in such a deep village. So them having a relationship with Papa Jim is something precious to them, like talking to him, knowing that somebody loves and cares for them. You know, it's so precious to them. It's part of their compassion. They feel like we are loved, we are cared for. Somebody can get a video call and know our name and say, how are you, Dennis? So they're enjoying the soccer. They used not to play the soccer. Who would have given them the balls? Nobody would mind giving them the balls. And they are boys. You know how boys love football. So they're enjoying the soccer. They are making a great team. We have sent some photos to Papa Jim. They have a great team. They have jerseys. It's all because of compassion. So let us have Polycarp also sharing to us as we can continue.
Hello everyone, my name is Polycarp. I'm here to share a little about the importance of compassion. Compassion, first of all, help us to it helps us to be happy actually, because by the time we were in this community, we were not fine, we were heartbroken. But actually, compassion helps us to promote happiness. Right now, we are very happy, we are fine, we are enjoying. For example, Papa Jim encourage us with the words, which is very good. By that time when he doesn't speak to us, we were heartbroken. But right now, he encourage us with the word. He teach about the 3Ps. Right now, as I talk, we know the 3Ps very well. Most of we spend our time here. We are very happy with our friend. We enjoy. We pass our time, our leisure time. Right now, as I talk, we know very well. So, thank you very much. This is what I have.
So that was Polycarp, and Polycarp was also talking about the enjoyment they are having, and he was talking about taking long without talking to Papa Jim. It's heartbreaking. They miss him, but they're happy that they have seen his picture today, and hopefully very soon they're going to have a video talk with him. And they're happy that he always encourages them. He encourages them to go to school. He encourages them to be happy regardless of the situation, regardless of the current affairs. He always tells them how much he loves them and how much he cares for them. So he's explaining how they are happy knowing that somebody loves them and cares for them. Somebody thinks about them each day and night. And we're going to have Innocent, the last one, and is going to also tell us some of his importance of compassion. Then we can go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm very proud to talk with you about the topic you bring about compassion. Compassion teaches us a lot. It teaches us uh, to be in love with someone. First of all, you should need to love yourself. That is very good to you. If you love yourself, and then other people start loving you. For me, I decided, for example, for Papa James, yeah, he been loving us, talking us, teaching us about the therapies. He want us to be somewhere in our future. He was promoting our education that show us to be somewhere in the future. That is very good. Don't much to say.
Thank you, Innocent. So that was Innocent, and Innocent was talking about Papa Jim supporting their education. That is one way of compassion to them. So the English you're hearing these guys speak, and the hope of being educated people, it's because they are getting some help from Papa Jim on supporting their school fees, going to school. He loves them to be better people. All people who are on this webinar and you're in Uganda, you know how Uganda is. Without school, it's very hard to live a life in Uganda. You have to have gone to school to know some English so that you can be able to get any position anywhere, so you can live a life. So when we came here and this village had no hope of school, all kids were at home, nobody to care for, nobody to think about them. They just hear the name school. So they rejoined because of the compassion, and they are happy that Papa Jim is teaching them the 3 P's, encourages them that you can still make it. Even though the past was not good, God can determine your future and you can still make it. Yeah, so I just want to add on what these guys were saying. In this village where we are, the truth be told, we didn't see any hope coming. We didn't know that at some point these guys would have confidence to talk on a Zoom like this, because they used not to know how to talk on Zooms like this. And the English they didn't know how to speak well. So the compassion that comes with the 3P and the people working in would just like to thank you. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Jim, Shayla in her absence, Mark, everybody who is trying his best to support the 3Ps in Africa. You are really, really doing a lot of good to us, not only to the community, myself, even to me and my family personally. We apply the 3Ps in the home and it is working better for us. Some stories, I do share them with Papa Jim. It works for us as a couple. It works for us as we are training our kids the 3Ps because we knew it is the right way to go. This is the right step to take. As long as you want to live a happy life, free life, enjoy yourself, just take in the 3Ps. Nothing else. You live a happy life. You live a life of forgiveness. You live a life of free. You live a life of positivity. You know that you yourself are responsible for your own happiness, you know. And then with the 3Ps, it's easy for you to have compassion to someone else. Like we are talking about compassion here from the process of 3Ps, but even ourselves, the 3Ps teaches us to have compassion to others. Now, for example, right now where I am, it's compassion that I'm here in this community. I love it. I love to see it grow. So I give in my time, I give in my everything to teach them the 3Ps because I want them to know that they can make it. They can have those beautiful faces. They can still be happy. You know, compassion is also in Achiever. Joseph is applying compassion in Busia. Martha is applying compassion in Kenya. So 3Ps is the reason why we are bringing out all this compassion, because after learning the 3Ps, definitely you have compassion. You'll give in your time. You'll give in the education you have, the energy you have, to say somebody has a beautiful smile. Somebody has a beautiful life. So I want to thank the 3Ps for the teachings, Harry, Papa Jim, and the rest of the team. You are doing an amazing job. And through that, you are training us, you are teaching us to be better citizens of Uganda and to be better people in the world. So we appreciate you so much for that. And I will not forget talking about my travel to Nachiveri. And Achiever is a place of refugees, like Philip had told you, but I saw a lot of compassion from the refugees. I saw their heart of love, heart of compassion, even when they have nothing, even when they are still asking for help from the government, but they still have that heart of compassion. And I just know it was the work of the 3Ps through Philip, through Harry, everybody who is working in Nachivari, that they have inserted that heart of compassion in these people. They don't think about themselves as refugees. They want to also see that other people are having beautiful smiles. The way they welcomed me, the way they're happy for me, they offered even to give me some things, like literally they have nothing, but they offer to give me. That is a heart of compassion. So we are very grateful, and we are eager to learn more and more and to continue sharing the 3Ps as far as we can. So for now, allow me stop here so I can grant other chances of asking questions and also in something as we go on. So if anyone has a question, anything to say, please, you're most welcome. Philip is not on, I'm not seeing him, but we can still go on. Anybody with a question or something to say, you are welcome, please. Yes, Papa Jim, they love you too. They love you so much, and they miss you. Think very soon you guys need to get a video call. Anybody with Gideon, David Lubende, do you have anything to say about compassion or any question?
Thank you, Sylvia. I think on my end, I've followed how you've demonstrated the power of compassion and how this has actually happened, you seeing it in your community. You've even gone further to illustrate to your family. I think I've followed. To me, it has touched me, and at this point, I don't have any question because I've followed your explanation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Can I? Okay. I'm Gideon
Yes,
from Kenya, and thank you. I want just to say that the topic is a very timely topic because we live in a world whereby compassion is really needed. Many people are really suffering mentally, physically, and at a time we might not have money to give them. But showing that compassion spirit or that feeling, it's an emotion support which can uplift someone from down from the dust to the level that at least he can think or she can think upright. It's not only all about money, but that feeling, but that emotion, that support is a very mutual support that we all need to embrace. And I've been in Uganda. I've been in Uganda at a place called Mitiana. I have a project there that I'm working on. And indeed, as you just said, people really need to be educated. And I thank for those people who are supporting those young men in Uganda, because they cannot be in position to express themselves, to explain about themselves. They can talk more about themselves. It's a good thing. And Sylvia, together with your team, I'm so much glad for what you're doing. So I just wanted to say that I've been impressed by the sharing, and it's so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Gideon. Thank you so much for also sharing. And yes, I love it when you say compassion is not all about money. Instead, by saying that, some people, when we talk about compassion, they see money, they see physical things. No, compassion even takes time, like you giving your time in. That is compassion. You give time to advise somebody, have time to pray, to play, to show somebody the right thing to do, to hang out with somebody. That is also compassion. That is an eye of grace and mercy. So thank you so much, Gideon, for loving it, and thank you for encouraging us. Together we can make this happen. Together we can have some more smiling faces because of 3Ps. We can help some people in different ways. However we don't have money, we can use us to make someone's life better. We can even offer friendship. Friendship is free. You offer friendship and you're a good friend who gives good advice. That is also compassion. Thank you so much, Gideon. I saw Joseph on a video. Joseph, would you like to say something, please?
Yeah, thank you, Sylivia, and all the members on the show. Yeah, really compassion is a very key aspect, but I was just trying to reflect, when does compassion come in? And given our context in Uganda, a lot of things happen in regard to suffering, how people live day and night. And that is when compassion is needed. Who offers compassion and who needs compassion? Those were the questions I was asking myself. But key to note is compassion is needed. For example, as a result of 3Ps, we really discovered that yes, offering happiness, offering counseling, speaking to a person who is stressed, a person who is suffering, that is compassion enough to make this person live for the next day. Giving a word of hope and encouraging this person. There are people in Africa here, there are people in our communities who just need a word of hope. There are people who just need someone to tell them, I love you, I love you. And that word will save them. So 3Ps, like for Miss Sylivia, 3Ps helped me to discover that I can offer compassion without even resources, but being there to support those that are suffering, speaking words of love, speaking words of courage, telling them, you know, be happy, we love you, you can make it in life. Such words are really alleviate human suffering. There are times people are stressed and they're negatively thinking about their life, and they just need a moment where somebody says, wow, this is not the end of it all, you can make it. And to me, that is compassion enough to make sure that, yes, possibly I can live the following day, I can change things around. And like one of the things, Lydia, we learned together is, you know, nobody can ever buy happiness. And you also don't need to sell happiness. Go and share it out with the people out there who are suffering. Like for us in a school setting, where you are seeing many children suffering, many children cannot afford school. There are children that just need the words. And like, this is not the end of it all. You can make it in life. So compassion is very applicable, especially when I relate it to the 3 principles, the issues of happiness, love, forgiveness. People need to forgive themselves, to forget the past. Because every time we dwell in the past, we are pushed back. And every time you are pushed back, you are demoralized and you think you can never make it. So as a 3P educator here in Adet Junior School, one of the things maybe I've learned is that, yes, I can offer compassion with the little things I have, with the words of hope, with the 3P component. And I see people happy. Today, I see people celebrating, people's lives are changing, not because I've given them money, no. Not because I've bought for them clothes, but the words of hope, the words of the 3Ps, the power of the positive mind, positive thought that I've spoken to these people, and I've seen people start to smile. I've seen people start to work and change their attitude that was very negative. And this is just as a result of offering, you know, compassion in terms of love, in terms of speaking to them. So it goes beyond just material things, but do you create time for people that need to be talked to? Do you create time and just share experiences, and then at the end of it all, you are saving this soul? So to me, compassion is very key, because I've experienced compassion in our school. I've seen how things work. Small things really help people to build their future and to have a hope in life. So, Sylvia, I just thought that is very key, and it was my contribution to this. Over to you for now. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for such an amazing explanation and some input. Just like I've said, that compassion is more than physical thing. Think about money or cars or someone to give you a building or something. It's beyond that. For those who were on the conference of Kenya with Mata and Harry and Sheira, I attended a little of it. I'm happy I got to hear the start of how Martha got to know Harry. I love that story, that when she felt like no one was there for her, she was at her last point of living. Nobody wanted her. Nobody wanted to do anything with her. That's when she met Harry. And you know what Harry started with? Harry never started with money. He never started with promising that, you know what, I'm going to make your life better. I'm going to change it. Harry started with words of encouragement, with the words of 3 P's. That was compassion itself. That is how they started. And each Thursday, this girl was eager to wait for Harry to hear those words. Those words kept her moving. I heard that story and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And from that day when they met up to now, Martha's life has changed. It has changed, and she's happy, and she's, I think, the most happiest. Now, when it comes to also us who had started learning 3 P's, Joseph, you know how we started this, and others are not on the webinar. Every Tuesday, we could wait for the meeting because we wanted to hear more about 3 P's. It was already something beautiful for us. Many of our friends gave up. But for us who insisted and said, no, this is a beautiful teaching, we had to come every Tuesday. By that time when we started, nobody was providing data. Nobody was providing anything. We were improvising for ourselves because we wanted to hear the good message of 3 P's, you know. It is all compassion, that even when Harry and Papa Jim decided to get time for us every Tuesday to come, they also invested in their data, their time. The time difference is very, very huge from us here. They invested in all that to see that we have got this. Before all the support of the data came in, before all the support of people getting this and that and the money, it was the words of encouragement, those sweet words that made us come again and again. And they are the same words that are making it even up to now. You know, you can give somebody something and somebody will run away, will say, okay, I've got what I want, and that is it all. But we are pushing in because not only the assets, but the words that encourage us. Because the last time we were here on the webinar, we were talking about some physical things. These are all earthly things. And at one time, they are going to perish. Today you have money, tomorrow you don't have. Today you have a big house, and tomorrow you never know. It might collapse because of the wind or something. You have a beautiful kite, you might get an accident on something. But something that will never leave your mind is the words that are in your mind, how you think about yourself. So those are the same words that keep us coming to the 3 P sessions, wherever, every Thursday, every Friday, every webinar. They are the same words that keep us coming. And that is part of compassion. We are learning to be compassionate, and these people are giving us compassion. What a great opportunity to learn. Who can give you such advice for free? They pay money to go and listen for such counseling, for such words. People pay money to go and meet such people. But here we are, getting it free of charge, getting the books free of charge. They transport them and reach wherever we are. We get time to talk to them, hear the beautiful stories, experiences, and all that. So it's all the importance of being compassionate, the importance of compassion when you put away all the side things. So compassion is something that we also, as the also have to show others compassion in our community, in our schools, in the environment. Action, sometimes they speak. The 3 P's we teach, actions can speak them that they are real or we are just deceiving ourselves. So the importance of compassion, it helps us in a lot. It helps us even to grow like you yourself, you grow because, you know, when you help, even the Bible speaks about it. Some of us, we always want to receive. We don't want to give. But the Bible says the more you give, the more you are blessed. Blessed is a somebody who gives more than a receiver. And when you give, that is compassionate. You feel compassion about this somebody. You have given in your time. You might see you need to help, but you don't have finances. You don't have any, but your time to somebody. You can encourage him. You can pray with him. You know, you can just have a walk with him. You can just invite him over and have a cup of coffee. It's enough. So it's something. Whenever you give, you are blessed. The more you give, you are blessed. The more you show compassion, you also felt compassion for in one way or the other. So very grateful for today's topic. And I know most of us have learned a lot of this, and we are going to close it at this time unless somebody has something else to say. But if not, we are going to close it at this time. And I just want to continue reminding you that 3 P's, the 3 P's we are talking about, we are initiated or discovered by seeding banks. They are 3 natural gifts from God. They are natural gifts from God. They live within us. They are not fake. They are within the mind, the thought consciousness. They sleep with us, they stay with us. We just have to bring them out and reflect them whoever surrounds us to show them the positive part of them all. And don't forget, if you want to know more about Seeding Banks, you can. It has a lot of books. You can just go and Google the name Seeding to get of the books he wrote, his story, his life experience. Yes, and the 3P African educators. You can get us on Facebook. You can get us on YouTube. We are always there. We are always excited. And if you've missed out the videos are always there. Just go and check in. And want to send our sincere appreciation to the team that is helping us support the 3Ps Africa. The team of Harry as the director, and the team of Papa Jim, Sheira, Mark, and everybody who is on the team of seeing 3Ps are promoted in Africa. We salute you. We love you so much. You're doing something great. Even for people whom you don't know, you are doing something great. Because when you tell us, we go and take the good news to people. You are loved in Africa. You are loved in Uganda, and always be remembered. Thank you so much, everybody who has joined us. And we are going to call this the end of it today. Thank you, David, for joining. Thank you, Joseph, for joining. Thank you, Jim Beck, for joining. Harry Debisky, Gideon. Until next time, God bless you and keep you for us. And the boys should also say bye. Come and say bye-bye as we go.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We love you so much. Don't forget to fly before you come low. First love yourself, then love others. I remain your faithful and your beautiful co-host, Biamukama Sylivia. Love you so much and see you very soon. Bye-bye.